NFL 23 on EA Sports. And coming up, we'll see the workhorse, Jonathan Taylor. He looked real good a week ago with almost 160 yards. It's the Colts and the Eagles, and it's coming up next.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Today we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Indianapolis Colts. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we take a look at the Colts entering play. They've been playing their best football of the year, winners of 4 in a row.
And the offense, my goodness, over 50 points in the win last weekend. When you do that, you're not going to lose very many games, maybe not any games.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Eagles, they were losers their last time out. They're going to try to get back in the win column, but obviously they're going to have to do that in a hostile environment.
And sometimes it actually works to your advantage. Now you've got to band together.
Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take over. They'll be led out by their 6'4" quarterback, the former #1 overall pick in 2015, Jameis Winston.
I loved his quote during the week. If I were a defensive back, I would have wanted to play against me last week as well. He's trying to eliminate those turnovers, those interceptions, and get back on the positive side of the ledger, throwing touchdown passes.
Yeah, had 4 of those picks, led to the loss. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. A good start. 1 play, 10 yards. Well, there you go. This offense off to a strong start this afternoon.
Yeah, with a big run and a first down. That's putting what you practice into play. That's excellent execution to get things started.
They're going to be stopped up on his first down run. He might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. This defense for the Colts, they were terrific in the win over Tennessee a week ago.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
They're going to take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
When any run play is called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now, because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
17 yards and a first down for Philly.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
The number... Last week, 11 carries, 65 yards.
It's a pretty mediocre week for him on the ground. Certainly a boon to his offense if he can get a little more output on his touches this week. He should get some more early carries as his team tries to get him into a rhythm.
Winston's throw complete here to his receiver, Brown. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Jameis to throw it. And that is incomplete.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
And he missed it. It's no good. And this will remain a scoreless game. Well, that opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
So after the missed long field goal attempt, this offense set up nicely at the 44-yard line. On first down, Wilson. And that is incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he let him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Wilson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Well, that was his first target of the game, and it's going to take at least one more target to get him on the board. Took a nice substantial hit to jar that catch loose from him. Incomplete pass.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to be incomplete.
Never admits to worrying about man coverage. How about the play there, breaking that pass up?
Getting a hand on that one, Avonte Maddox. And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their second drive. And the way their last drive ended, boy, it was frustrating. They had a pretty good drive going. It was sustained, and then it stalled out, Charles, and they missed the field goal and got nothing out of it.
Is that insult to injury? Because they had such a sustained drive, as you noted. So you know for the head coach, it almost felt like a little bit of failure to send out the field goal unit and then to not even see the ball go through the post. What a bummer on that last drive for them. Got to pick themselves up from that one.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll run the jet sweep at Brown. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he'll work this one up to about the 38.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and get in.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Julian Blackman. And the Colts are going to take possession of the football. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
A very solid gain of 27. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Wilson. Over the middle, and that's caught by Kmet. And the Colts are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
There's a fast release by Wilson out to the flat. Got a man, it's Pittman, and he holds it in for the Colts touchdown. A great effort there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Colts take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Rodrigo Blankenship now for the PAT. He hasn't missed an extra point all season, and he won't miss this one either. And it's 7-0. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it was capped off on the touchdown catch by Michael Pittman. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way, because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
Yeah, and still in the first half here, a long way to go. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Winston now. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
To throw again on 2nd down. Winston. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now Winston. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he goes out right around the 39. The Eagles send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. So here are the Colts to take over. They're working on a 4-game winning streak, and they lead this one as well right now as they start 1st and 10. A carry by Taylor to start the drive. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. On 3rd down, Wilson. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. On 4th down, on is Corey Bajorquez to punt. And they will get to this one and down it at the 13-yard line. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. The 1st down throw for Winston. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a 2nd and 10. They'll run with Sanders at the middle. They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down, and you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete. He's at the 30. 10. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Peoples-Jones, 84 yards. And the Eagles are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Elliott good with a PAT, and we are tied at 7. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. The result, Philadelphia in the end zone. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes the return. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Colts getting another possession here on offense. The last series for him, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Oh my God, dude.
It's C.J. Henderson picking it off. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. Well, when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
Meanwhile, Winston's throw into the hands of Peoples-Jones. It's a gain of 16 and an Eagle first down. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
And Sanders on first down with a little bit of space as he works his way forward, a gain of 4.
I feel like I can see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
So on comes the Eagle kicker, Jake Elliott, on 4th down. It'll be from the right hash, and it'll be a 36-yarder. The kick by Elliott is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach turned his defense. The firemen, go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
And the Colts coming out now. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
On 2nd and a yard, Wilson. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
On 3rd and 1, Wilson. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down.
Well, I can spin this negatively as he just got back to the line of scrimmage. But when you really analyze it, he took away a big play for the defense, made it an uneventful run because he avoided a sack and didn't lose yardage.
So possession goes over here on the punt. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that well, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Up the middle they go with Sanders. And a short pickup here as he'll get across the 10 to the 11-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It'll be 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Second down, back to Sanders. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
I don't think anyone thought we'd see a run facing second and that long, and that element of surprise, I think helped make that play so successful. Nice effort on that carry, and it took what seemed like second and impossible. Now has him within throwing range.
He rifles one that's intercepted. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. An excellent play there, CD, on the pick six. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning three safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did. It came through with a big-time pick six.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. It is now 14-10. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, yeah, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone. It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. And
a big loss here as he's taken down. Quiddy Pay getting in there and burying him behind the line. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have two remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. This offense so far on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and 15. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. And on the Colts. That's their second, so they'll have one remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Here's Berrios. It's a 45-yard punt, then 8 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. And the Colts getting ready to go. As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. This one completes Alec Pierce. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Got a man complete, it's Taylor. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. It's a gain of 34.
This defense is definitely reeling a little bit now. Back-to-back big plays given up. And you know what's all defenses talk about. How do you limit that? Instead, they got hit by a 1-2 punch those last couple of plays.
Oh, Jesus
and now
Christ.
they've got their backs to the goal line.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. So an incomplete pass a moment ago, and that leads to 2nd and goal. And he's going to go down. This will count as a sack, a very short sack, taken down at the 2. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. This Eagle defense, they won't give in without a fight. This is 3rd and goal. Wilson. Touchdown! Andrew Ogletree, his first touchdown on the year. And they're able to add on to their advantage. We're down in this part of the field, CD. They'd love to get him the football, and right there with a pitch and catch for the score. Yeah, and he's such a weapon when it's that close to the end zone. And they know he'll be there to run. But those kind of catches, talking about trust, talking about confidence, and he produces. The Colts kicking team is out there now, and they will send this one away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. They'll look to make some inroads here, trailing 21-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 1st down, Winston. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. Personal foul. Roughing the tackle. Yeah, no question. He got to the QB late, CD, and that's going to get a flag every time. Every single time. Because let's face it, the league is always going to have an emphasis on these calls. They want to take care of these quarterbacks who are in vulnerable positions when they're passing the football. Flight. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page. On 3rd down, they turn to Sanders. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the 1st half. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt. An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Wilson. And that is incomplete. Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after the last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Wilson. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the 1st half. Call that a 45-yard punt, just 2 yards there on the return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles going to get one final possession in this 1st half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A very solid gain of 27. So we have reached halftime here. And then, well, we'll move right through the break then, skipping halftime and back to the field for the start of the second half. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Out come the Colts. They'll have it first here to start quarter number 3. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in all ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
That'd be a fuzzy butt.
First and 10, Taylor now. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Play action. It's Wilson.
Oh my God, dude.
He's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense if that fell harmlessly to the ground. They'll find Paris Campbell. That's complete. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 30. That third down conversion good for 23. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased.
And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
The job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's second and 20. They'll try the left side with Taylor. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Taylor is going to go backwards. He'll lose yardage back to the 5. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Back at the 5-yard line now, second and goal. Now it's Wilson. Being chased out left. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Zach Wilson, his third touchdown of the game, 10th on the year. And the Colts take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical, that's one of the words you've taught me. and they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely, you also drain clock, too, when you drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. The lead is up to 18 now. The Colts kicking team is out there now, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. They're going to play action. Winston. Got him in. It's Brown. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Winston's throw there taken in by Smith. That one a first down pickup of 8. Working out of the gun, Winston. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half. And that trend is continuing here.
Now flags come in here. Look like one of the Eagles might have moved. And maybe they were coming with a blitz that time, and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming. Pick them up. Pick them up. And someone jumped.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that's going to be caught by Peoples-Jones. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Winston now from the 50. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
At this point in the game, in the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
On 2nd and 10, Winston. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now gives him much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
And he is going to have an Eagles first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6.
They brought in the heavy set on 3rd down, and that usually means running play. But we have seen them throw out of that formation. And sure enough, they snuck the tight end out on that one. Wound up hitting him for a first down.
Dancing away at the 35. And he'll get it inside the 35.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that'll leave him with a 3rd and 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Winston on 3rd and 2. And he's got his man. It's the tight end Goedert. Touchdown, Eagles. Dallas Goedert, 29 yards. And the Eagles are able to cut into that deficit. volley it good on the extra point, and the lead is down to 11 at 28-17. So that one a long 11-play drive. And the drive was all finished off on the touchdown catch by Dallas Goedert. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. And not a whole lot there, maybe a yard to the 27.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Wilson. Over the middle, hauled in by Pierce. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Back now in Indianapolis. It's the Colts. They've got control of the football. They also have the lead as we start the 4th. Now Wilson on first down. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Kmet. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
To throw again on 2nd down. Wilson. That ball caught by Campbell. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15. The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the 4th, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well.
Oh, my God.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Grant Delpit. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. Following the interception, Winston. And this is caught. They got it. And that could be an important 2 points. It gets him back within a field goal. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And now this 4th quarter becoming very interesting. That pick-6 makes this a 1-score game. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how aggressive they choose to be. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Well, I guess that answers the question whether or not they want him throwing it again right away after throwing the pick-6 on the previous drive.
Yeah, not something conservative or underneath. Pretty big shot right there.
Get him right back in the saddle and say, go ahead and sling it, big guy.
Oh, my God, dude.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and get the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you got a battle on your hands.
Yeah, they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards to play.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
Running straight ahead, Taylor. And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
If you can keep getting gains like that, Charles, with the lead here in the 4th quarter, I mean, keep running it, right?
No doubt about it, but what the offense coordinator has to do is understand they're going to continue to stack the line of scrimmage. What runs do you have in your arsenal that'll work against a stacked box and continue to move the ball?
6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
That's a pretty play there coming out of the backfield, but as that back, you've got to be conscious of making sure you're securing the football. When you get out in open field, sometimes you get a little loose with it as you're trying to get up ahead of steam. Make sure you keep it close to your body because those defenders are trying to punch it free. He does a nice job there protecting the ball and picking up a 1st down.
On 1st down, Wilson. Oh, no, he lost the football.
No.
And it's picked up by the Eagles. The 30. 10, 5, and he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return and an Eagle touchdown.
And now, as with every potential turnover, we'll take a second look at this.
My God.
After review of the play, ruling on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. The fumble on 1st down now. Here's 2nd down.
From midfield now, here's Wilson. Setting up the screen for Cook. It's a room to maneuver. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A gain there of 30 big ones.
That's why you call a screen. You want to catch a defense over-committing. Plenty of space available, and that matched up perfectly. What a convoy he got downfield to pick up big yardage on that play.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Out to the right and complete to Pittman. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll run here with Taylor. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense, and know what they say. Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. Now it's Wilson. Throw left side here, complete to Campbell. Touchdown, Colts. Paris Campbell from 3 yards out. And the Colts get an important score there to extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. And that's certainly an important touchdown there. It makes this a 2-score game.
But as we've seen, no lead is safe in this one with the way these two offenses have lit up the scoreboard. I would imagine that on their sidelines, they're both yelling at their defenses, hey, you want to get involved here? One big play from you, that can win the game for us.
Extra play by Blankenship is up and good.
These guys will take a 10-point lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession.
And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit.
The first play of the drive there is incomplete. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Winston. And Jameis intercepted a 3rd time. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD.
This defense just continuing to do their thing, and now they add on to that lead with another pick 6.
And how about the way they played this entire game? Not only did they put their stamp on it, but every time they try and mount an offensive challenge, they find a way to thwart it. And multiple pick 6s, Oh, yeah, they'll enjoy watching this tape after the game.
Blankenship out for the point after. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Eagles coming out as they get ready. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally,
and he coughed it up. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. First down, here's the run with Cook. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
He got maybe a half yard at most, but eventually they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. And this offense on 3rd down today, 5 out of 9 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Cole Kmet, a 24-yard touchdown. And the Colts add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory. Though definitely a good day's work throwing the football. Very good day's work. A 4th touchdown pass as they're really pouring it on.
Yeah, and so much for going into clock mode after getting that touchdown, right? Because you would think with the lead, fourth quarter, they might actually do that. No chance. They've kept attacking and got another touchdown pass as a result.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. The lead is now 24. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. From the gun, Winston. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
And they take a knee. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. And they'll indeed take a knee.
And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards? And they will take a knee here.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for Indianapolis,
the victory means they'll up their mark to 5-3 on the year.
And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Houston Texans next week. Meanwhile, for Philadelphia, things are kind of getting ugly as they drop to 1-7 now on the year. And they will be at home next week to take on the New York Giants.